All right, Miles, let's talk Chicago Bears here a little bit. It's one of our favorite teams to talk about. Chicago is definitely one of the more intriguing teams in the offseason. Number one pick, young quarterback, young coaching staff, and a lot of cap space. And Miles, we have an interesting story and kind of overall look at the Chicago Bears. A key option has opened up for them as they head into the offseason.
Yeah, Nick, when you think of the Chicago Bears, the ultimate MVP of that team this season had got to be Justin Fields. He was doing a lot of really good stuff, but that is not the only thing we want to know, Nick, because obviously it is Super Bowl week. Super Bowl weekend is right around the corner, and we got to know, Chicago fans, let us know you're going to watch the game. Who do you think is going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl? It's obviously a little bit of a loaded question because you know it's going to come from the winning team. So let us know who you think the MVP of the Super Bowl is going to be. But Nick, what do you got on Chicago?
Yeah, so it's interesting you bring up the Super Bowl because the quarterback between Mahomes and Hurts that most resembles Justin Fields is, of course, Jalen Hurts, bigger, stronger quarterback who can run. And what did the Eagles do last year, Miles? They committed a lot of resources to surround Jalen Hurts with a lot of help, a lot of big play weapons, some quality receivers, none bigger than A.J. Brown, who has done a massive boost for both Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense, and they're in the Super Bowl. Well, now it looks like the Bears have an opportunity to do more of the same. So according to theathletic.com, Los Angeles Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen is potentially going to be a cap casualty. The Chargers could save $15 million if they cut Keenan Allen pre-June 1st, $17.5 million if they cut him after June 1st. So frankly, the Chargers, who are over the cap, they need to cut some players to free up some cap space, and Keenan Allen seems to be on the chopping block, Miles. I think Keenan Allen is an ideal target for the Chicago Bears because right now they need to do everything they can to surround Justin Fields with weapons and better receivers. Look, I like Claypool, but to me, he's more limited as a big play physical threat down the field, a jump ball, 50-50 ball kind of guy. I think Mooney's a solid guy, outside receiver, can do a lot of different things, but I don't think he's good enough to be a true number one on his own. N'Keal Harry and St. Brown, yeah, they're guys. I mean, I like them. They play hard. They run block. They do a lot of good things, but they're just guys. Keenan Allen would be just a reliable, consistent, steady third down guy. And he's not just a wideout guy, Miles. He can play in the slot too. According to yahoo.com, he actually lined up in the slot 59.5% of the snaps last season when he was playing with Justin Herbert, which is, again, another bonus. Allen is used to playing with a young, athletically gifted phenom in Herbert. He'd fit right in playing with a young, athletically gifted phenom in Justin Fields. So when you look at all the situation and all the cap space the Bears have, they could, in fact, overpay a little bit for a guy like Allen to get him to come to Chicago. It seems like an ideal fit for both sides, both Allen and the Bears. Give me your thoughts on Keenan Allen, Chicago Mice, and just everything the Bears could potentially do at this position this offseason.
Yeah, Nick, I love Keenan Allen as a player. I think he's very good, and you spoke on his consistency, and I'm going to hit you with a little stat here, Nick. Keenan Allen been playing for the last 10 years. Out of those last 10 years, Nick, 7 of them per PFF, he has graded over an 80 in 7 out of the last 10 years. In the other 3, like 76 was the lowest score that he got. So he's a high 70 to high 80 player range his entire 10-year career so far. So he is a phenomenal player, the pinnacle of consistency. Maybe had a little injury issues here and there, but he's got the size, he's got the height. He's a really strong player, and I think that he would be absolutely perfect for a guy like Justin Fields to have a strong veteran pass catcher out there for the Bears. And I think it would fit into this offense quite nicely. I love the comp between the Hurts, A.J. Brown, because I think that's exactly what it is. You want to see Justin Fields make that big time jump this season, and I think getting a guy like Keenan Allen is exactly the move that they need to do to kind of get him the comfort level in his receivers to make the Jalen Hurts type of jump.
Yeah, and I think you hit on something that's absolutely crucial, Maj. You brought up Keenan Allen's PFF grade, and for those of you who aren't very familiar with PFF, one of the methods they use to grade wide receivers is it's not just catches and yards and touchdowns and things like that. It's how open they get. Do they win in the route game? If they win in the route game, and even if they don't get the football, PFF will count that as a win. The fact that Keenan Allen is getting those kind of grades means he gets open. And for anyone who watched the Bears offense last season, that was something they struggled with mightily. The receivers could not get open. Justin Fields was always struggling to complete footballs in tight spaces. Sometimes his receivers were able to make the plays, a lot of time not. The fact that Keenan Allen can play in the slot and get separation and get open is exactly what Justin Fields needs, especially for those third down situations. So again, it's just one of those matches that just makes sense. You almost go back to last season when the Jaguars picked up Christian Kirk and people are like, oh, they gave him too much money. Well, Kirk came in, had a career year. The Jaguars won the division, a playoff game. I think Keenan Allen could have an even greater impact, like an A.J. Brown level impact, if the Bears could get him into the fold. And it just seems to be one of those moves that the Bears have to make. But right now, it seems one of those signs that they will make moves like that. They've got the cap space to do it, minus what, 93 million plus. They could give Keenan Allen all the money he wants and still have enough for multiple other big moves. So right now, if you're a Bears fan, I'd be pretty excited with these opportunities that are unfolding in front of you.